Hey folks, this is Vince with Ad's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to quickly check out Command & Conquer Remastered Collection. This is a game that you can find on Steam and other places for around 20 bucks. So, Command & Conquer, I believe, was one of the first RTS games that I've ever played. I think it was a cross between Warcraft 2 and Command & Conquer, although to be fair, I didn't actually own a Command & Conquer game until Red Alert. I did have one of those demo CDs that had 3 Command & Conquer missions from Tiberian Sun. So I just played those over and over and over again. And I had a great time with it. I could only play as the GDI, and I could only, play those 3 levels. But based on what I played, it was fairly enjoyable. And I really wanted to get the full game so that I could play as the Nod, because I kind of like the whole Hand of Nod laser defense tower, but again, in the demo, I couldn't control that. Anyway, so this is, I guess, a lot of nostalgia, and I'll try to leave as much of the nostalgia out of it as I possibly can. As far as a, technical standpoint, this game booted up for me no problem. I was reading some reviews and some forum posts, and it looks like some people are having issues getting the game to run. I bought it, I booted it up, and then you'll be able to choose between custom maps where you can create your own maps, or you can choose between Tiberian Sun, or you can do the Red Alert. You just simply choose one of those 3 things, and then you're into it. And I had no trouble in either of the 3 buttons. So I was able to get into the game, no crashing, no problems. It was all nice and smooth, but then that's just my experience with it. So this game, again, is a remastered version of the originals. Whenever you actually get into the game, you'll want to hit spacebar so that you can toggle between the original version and the remastered version. If you want to play old-timey, pixelated stuff, you can. I'm just saying that if you want to see the new graphics, then hit spacebar so that you can easily switch between them. Another cool thing about the Remastered Collection is that in the settings menu, you can actually set your attack to right mouse button. In days of yore, it was, at least with Command & Conquer, it was select with left mouse button and attack with left mouse button. And I think right mouse button cleared your selection. I think. It's been a while. But in this game, you can actually say, no, I want the right mouse button to do my attacks and my moving, which is really cool. I really like that. So I'm glad that the developers behind this took the time to actually update some of those wonky controls from, way back when. So in addition to the graphic switching and being able to upgrade your graphics a bit, there's a bonus gallery that lets you see all the different making of photos and B-roll footage and that kind of thing. The music has been remastered, so if you want to see, or want to hear, rather, some of Command & Conquer's new music, go check it out. There's a jukebox that you can access. And you can create a custom playlist, or you can just let the game play through all of it. You can even toggle some filters saying, I only want to hear the old stuff, or I only want to hear the new stuff. You can do that. That's cool. There's mod support via Steam Workshop. The cinematics are still in there. So if you enjoyed the full motion video that Command & Conquer had from way back in the day, that's there. You can actually zoom in and out with mouse wheel, which is kind of cool. I don't remember if you could do that in the original Command & Conquer. If you could, it was like a set zoom. And this one, it's a bit more fluid, which is kind of cool. Custom game lobbies. There's 1v1 quick matches. You can rise through the ranks on the leaderboard. I personally haven't done anything like that yet. There's even extra missions that you can embark on. Like, you can experience the original console missions that are have been imported over or exported over to the PC version. So if you played the console version, you can play these extra missions on the PC version, which is cool. The map editor I already mentioned. There's a skirmish mode, of course, and the interface makes it really easy to customize everything and set up everything the way you like it. There's easy, medium, hard, in the campaign and in Skirmish. In Tiberian Sun, there's only the 2 factions. In Red Alert, I think there's like 7 or 8. And each one, if you hover over their faction name, it'll say plus 10% to damage or plus 10% to range. So even though there's only 2 factions in Red Alert, you can take control of like a country, specific country like France or England or USSR, like you could in the original game. and I think there's like 4 or 5 allied countries that you can choose, and then the Axis countries, I believe it's like 2 or 3. Anyway, of course, there's control improvements. Mouse controls, already mentioned that. And I'm just going to quickly go through the bullet list on the Steam Store page. There's over 100 campaign missions, 250 multiplayer maps, in-game tooltips, accessibility features, quick save and autosave, cinematic subtitles for both games, text localization for a bunch of different languages, and voiceovers in English, French, and German. Steam version includes achievements, friend lists, trading cards, and workshop support for user maps. So, with all of that gobbledygook out of the way, how did the game actually play? Well, again, I did say that I'd be trying to avoid nostalgia here, but I gotta say, like, again, I played Command & Conquer Tiberian Sun's demo over and over and over and over and over. Now that I've had a chance to actually play the full version 20 plus some years later, whatever it was, I'm actually enjoying it a lot. I will say, though, that in Skirmish, even on easy, the computer will rush you. So you kind of have to take the time to build up quickly, think about how you're going to, the computer is not a wash at all on easy, at least for the newcomer. If you're experienced with this game, you know the build orders, you know the choke points of the map. Easy may not be all that difficult for you, but for a new player that is trying to get used to this game, Command & Conquer, you may find that, the computer may surprise you right away, and it's like, oh crap, he's already here, I gotta build a defense tower, or I gotta build a couple of units to defend this. And for those of you that don't know anything about Command & Conquer, just to quickly sum it up, it's an RTS, and there's only one resource that you're going to be collecting. It's called Tiberium. There's also gems on the map that you can collect, and they provide more money for you than the standard ore does. So you're just going to be building up. There's no free building placement. Well, let me take that back. There is, but you're limited to the space around you. So you can only build next to an existing building. It's not like in Warcraft where you could build towers near the enemy base and then attack. Different things like, no. In Command & Conquer, you kind of have to... You kind of have to just build, if you want to expand, you have to build an MCV or whatever it's called, and then build another base somewhere else. And then you're going to be building forces and attacking the enemy base and trying to destroy them. All in all, between Red Alert and Tiberian Sun, I mean, I had the most enjoyment as a kid playing Tiberian Sun because of the Tesla towers. I love the Tesla towers, shocking things. I just had a ton of those. And of course, the custom map support makes it all that more ideal. You could create choke point maps where you could just line up Tesla towers and just sit there and sort of... just mess with different units and see what you like, demo trucks, Tesla tanks, and all that jazz. So, if you want to experience the game in all its glory, I recommend creating a custom map with a bunch of Tiberium in it. That way, the standard maps typically run out after a while, so creating a custom map with a bunch of Tiberium in it will give you a chance to build various things, try out various units, and see what you like. And then, of course, when you get into the campaign, you'll have a better idea of what unit does what and how to combat various problems that will, come at you. So all in all, like I said, this game is fantastic. $20, I think, is a great value for what you're getting here. 2 games, Tiberian Sun and Red Alert. My only complaint is that the pathfinding is a bit wonky and there's no attack move. It's just weird that they allowed, they fixed the game so that you can right-click attack and right-click move, but they didn't add an attack move feature. That just seems kind of weird. You fix one thing, but not the other thing. And again, the pathfinding is a bit wonky. If you select multiple units and right-click somewhere else, sometimes they'll go backward and roll around. They'll take the scenic route around your base just to get to where it is you want to go, and it's very inconvenient. But besides those 2 things, I think this game is definitely worth the price. I think they did a great job remastering this. So if you guys haven't already, subscribe to me on Twitch and YouTube. That way you can stay up to date with any new content I happen to publish. This is Vince. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.